Hey, what's up guys? Radku here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today is going to be Synchrons. Now this is a fan favorite deck. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I do like the playstyle of it. It's very different and it's great with Synchro spam. So without further ado, let's get into it. So starting things off, playing two copies of Junk Converter, just because you can discard one card and add discard this card and add a tuner and one Synchron monster from your deck to your hand. So you can easily add like your Synchron Explorer and your Junk Synchron. Then, if this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can target one tuner monster in the graveyard, special summon in defense mode, but it cannot activate its effects this turn, which doesn't really matter because you can easily go into another Synchro if you can use its effect. Plus, we have like upgraded synchros like Crystal Wing or Shooting Quasar, which really helps with Junk Converter. Triple copies of Doppel Warrior. When a monster is special summoned from the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens, which they're each level 1, sure, but you can easily go into like a level 4 Synchro, as well as being able to go into a lot of your lower level Synchros. Actually, I don't think I have any level 4 Synchros in this deck. It doesn't matter. Then I play 3 copies of Junk Forward because it's just a free special summon. Nothing beats a free special summon. Then I play 3 copies of Junk Synchron just because this can summon from your graveyard super easily. Like you can summon your other monsters. I feel like one main issue with this deck is that there's too many tuners. As a matter of fact, I think majority of these cards are tuners, except for this top row. So you have a lot of ways of getting to your Synchromon, or of ways to get to your monster for materials. So I would suggest cutting back on a few Synchro monsters, maybe adding more up here. But then I play, of course, Synchron Explorer. When this card is normal summon, target one Synchron monster in the graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated, which is fine. Then I play 3 copies of Quick Draw Synchron. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one monster from your hand to the graveyard. For a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any one Synchron tuner. But the thing is, it's already a Synchron, so it doesn't really matter. It's easy special summon. So, yeah. 3 copies of Jet Synchron. I really hope this doesn't get banned. Like, this is like the heart and soul of this deck. You can easily go into your Heliquifabrax. But it's a great card to be able to go into more of your synchro plays down here. Then I play 1 copy of Steam Synchron. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using cards you control, which allows you to synchro summon during your opponent's turn, which is great. Then I play 2 copies of Satellite Synchron. I'm thinking about cutting out the next one and Steam Synchron, but Satellite Synchron, if a monster is special summoned from the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then if you have a Synchro monster with a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in its original name on the field or graveyard, you can make this card's level become 4 until the end of the turn, which helps go into your higher level play, so that's good. I play 2 copies of Fleur Synchron. If this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower monster from your hand, which is okay. It's kind of like a Junk Synchron, but worse. I'm thinking about cutting these 2 out in exchange for like another Synchron Explorer and another Junk Converter, because I feel like we do have too many tuner monsters, because if we have too many tuners, we can't summon out easy enough. Then I play, of course, triple copies of Tuning, easy search for all your cards. 2 copies of Pot Avarice, because since this is a Synchro Spam deck, you are using a lot of materials from your graveyard, but being able to return them from the graveyard to the deck and search them out again with tuning is really good. Then I play 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 for 1, and 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Foolish Burial. The reason I play Reinforcement is because a lot of these are Warrior type, and a lot of them are Machine, but a good majority of them are Warrior. 1 for 1 just because level 1 monsters like Jet Synchron. Monster Reborn just because this deck revolves around special summoning from the graveyard, so it's great to be able to summon from the graveyard. And 1 Foolish Burial, because you can use like card effects in the graveyard that really help. Then I play 2 copies of Machine Dupe. Since you have this deck is kind of 50-50 when it comes to either monsters or tuners. So I'd say you'd be able to use Machine Dupe pretty easily on cards like Synchron Explorer, or even get more of your synchro or tuner monsters out, because majority of them are machine monsters, so that helps. Then I play 2 copies of Synchro Chase. Your opponent can activate cards in response to the effects activation of your Synchro monsters with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust and their original name, which is a good majority of the extra deck. Then if you Synchro Summon a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Synchro monster, you can target 1 card in your graveyard used as material, special summon it in defense position, and it's a hard once per turn. That's why I only play 2 of it. Then just to save your plays, because this deck does use from the deck and search a lot, so Called by the Grave really helps. That is it for the main deck. I'd say the main deck is actually kind of shaky, or I guess you could say it's junk. But I'm thinking about cutting out Fleur and maybe 1 quick draw, because the thing is we have way too many tuner monsters in this deck, and you could brick if you have too many tuners. And this deck kind of relies on summoning from the graveyard, so you need your normal monsters in the graveyard in order to use your Synchron effects. So that's it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck, I play 2 copies of Shooting Quasar Dragon. I play 2 copies just because I want to, but also because it's just not a bad card. I play 1 copy of Shooting Star Dragon just because. I play 1 copy of Stardust because it's a decent card, like, all things considered. 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. This is the main card you want to play. 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because you can easily go into it with cards like Jet Synchron or any of your other cards. Then I play 1 Road Warrior. I don't run Road Synchron, so that was a mistake when I put this in here, but it's easily subbed out for maybe a copy of Shooting Riser Dragon, so yeah, cut that out. 1 Martial Metal Marcher, just because it's an easy synchro to go into, especially with all your low levels. And it's a tuner, so you'll be able to summon out your Shooting Quasar pretty easily. I played 2 copies of Junk Speeder because it's just an amazing card. If this card is Synchro Summon, Special Summon as many Synchron tuners as possible with different levels from your deck in defense position. You cannot Special Summon monsters from the extra deck except Synchro monsters the time this card was activated. So you want to have your normal monsters on the field, and then you'll be able to summon out a bunch of Synchrons. So it's really good. Then I play 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, and 1 Nightmare Cerberus, just because I felt like we had a bit too many synchro monsters in this deck, and not enough variation, so I decided to run these. You can cut them out for anything. And you could bump up a Crystron Halki Fibrax, because this just needs a tuner, so you can easily go into it with this deck. like super easily. Like Jet Synchron is the normal card you use to go into it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. It's kind of short. It could use a lot of work, and I could use some advice down in the comments on what I could do to change it up. So please like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you thought of it, and let me know again what you think I can do to upgrade this deck a bit. And I will see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. Peace.